I said it before, and I'll say it again. Whenever you gain an ounce of clarity from these group of devils, these narcissistic sociopaths, these spoiled brats, these individuals that want to control other people's path in life and play God in people's lives, you have to either remove yourself immediately or strategize your exit. But you can't allow yourself to stay stuck or paralyzed in an illusion or in fear or fret or worry around these individuals. These individuals made their choice and their decision, and they are under judgment, and there's nothing they can do. These devils have lifetimes of karmic debt to pay off, cycles of karmic debt to pay off. And some of these soulless individuals, they are stuck and trapped here and won't be able to pay off their karmic debt because they are who and what they are by nature. And so you, who had potential to be chosen to go the right path in the right way, but fell into the trap of an illusion and got caught up or betrayed by those closest to you who sold their soul first and then set you up and tried to sell yours next. Once you gain an ounce of clarity, it is not good enough to say, I'll take care of it later. I'll plan to make up for it later, or I'll make adjustments later. No, understand how dire the consequences are on so many different fronts, from so many different angles, and so many different levels. Understand who and what you're dealing with, who you have surrounded yourself with, who you chose to be with and around. These devils don't play fair. It's not just the physical presentation of them being in front of you with the lies, fantasies, and illusions and narcissistic behavior. It's also the energetic manipulation and the dark energies and entities that they send towards you to keep you bound and in a mental fog. These devils made the choice in order to win at all costs to literally play with dark, low vibrational energies, to summon demons, devils from lower realms, dense energies. And this is who they commissioned and made offerings to in order to control and create wealth and dominate other people's divine path, divine persons, and interfere in divine unions and relationships, etc. Once you gain an ounce of clarity, you have to plan and strategize your exit or communicate directly. I keep stressing communication and you act like you don't understand. Communication is the key. It's the one and only major key. Everything else is a supplement. Everything else is a delay. Everything else is a waste of time. Everything else is you being stuck in your pride and your ego. Everything else is you deluding yourself that somehow, some way, you'll be able to fix it and work it out. Everything else is you overthinking. Everything else is you still suffering from the same issues that got you caught up in the first place: unhealthy ego, arrogance, and pride. Anything other than changing course completely, doing an about face completely, which is you didn't communicate before, you need to communicate now. You didn't make the right choice to go in the right direction before, you need to take your leap of faith right now. You didn't make the choice to humble yourself because you have a problem and an issue with unhealthy pride and unhealthy ego. You need to go ahead and humble yourself, remove the unhealthy pride and ego, and speak up or do completely opposite, different reactions. Other than that, don't you know you are in a pit of snakes? Different colors, different shapes, different characteristics. Some of them are aggressive, well, most of them are aggressive, while others are more subtle and docile. And yet they all contribute the same poison or variations of the same poison or different poisons, different degrees, and or they attack you subtly or aggressively from different angles. Some of them are aggressive, trying to force you to rush into bad contracts or make bad choices, Others are more subtle and more docile and more laid back, how they ease up on relax you, relax your mind, because they want you to feel comfortable. They want you to think that you're a snake charmer. So they relax you, make you feel comfortable. Everything is okay. They're not going to strike. They're not going to hit you with the poison, the illusion, the lies, the deception. They're going to come from different angles. You have aggressive ones, then you have more subtle ones. But it's all the same outcome: to betray you, to beguile you, to trick you, to pull you off your divine path, and to get you into a position where you constantly change your mind, going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I got clarity. I know the truth. It's upsetting, but what can I do? I want to fix it, but I'm not listening to the earth angel. I'm not listening to the chosen ones, the ones who hold the keys and the blueprints by way of their association and connection to the divine, the most powerful, potent beings in all of existence, their beloved angels, their beloved ancient overseers, their beloved ancestors, right? Those are the ones who are rightly guided, that I need to that I need to adhere to and listen to. But instead, I keep trying to figure this thing out, and I'm just now seeing, the truth behind what these earth angels and chosen ones have been saying. But I need to start listening and adhering to what's being said. Communicate, about face, everything opposite, different than what I did the first time. Scary, cowardly behavior is not going to work. Being too afraid to take your leap of faith and use your discernment and listening to your inner voice is not going to work. Anything other than that is not going to work. This is not for the faint. This is not for the weak. Those are the ones on that side. They made the choice to be on that side. The faint, the weak-minded, the cowardly, the bullies, the clowns, the individuals that don't want to put the work in, that don't want to have the discipline and the patience to stay on course, to stay on path, to stay on the straight and narrow and see this thing through. That long temperance, not suffering, but that patience and building your bond with the divine, and at the same time refining who you are. But if you just lay there, if you keep repeating the same behavior, actions, and thinking, what do you become? You become the company, that you keep? And you are surrounded by devils, envious, jealous, hateful, liars, and deceivers, wearing a mask, pretending to be somewhere that they're not, manipulating energy in order to get ahead, throwing anyone and everyone under the bus in order to get ahead and save themselves. That's these clowns and bullies' mindset. Throw anyone under the bus. These devils don't trust themselves, let alone each other. They just group together because in numbers and the titles and the positions that they weasel their way into. These are the titles and the positions and the departments and the institutions that is utilized to misuse, mishandle, and abuse resources, trust, and honor. Everybody is starting to see it. These devils who are not qualified to be in these positions of power and authority that's meant for the people, or meant to honor and respect and help and restore balance and restore truth. These devils have weaseled their way into these positions, and they misuse and abuse these positions. And these are the devils that you're following. Good and bad and everyone, okay, sure, cool, fine. But certain individuals, by way of the divide that must take place, that is taking place, are evil to the core. And there's nothing you can do to change that, except decide not to be a part of that. These people plan on lying to you as long as they could get away with it. They're going to come to you with different lies. They sit up all night thinking, what lie are they going to say next in order to cover up the crimes they committed and the previous lies that they already told? They're either going to come with a sob story, pull on your heartstrings, admit a little bit just to get you to trust them that they admitted a little bit, but they ain't going to tell you the whole truth. And then they're going to try to push you out the way or set you up or pull you back off your divine path or from having clarity. See, you got clarity now, Or you had clarity yesterday, but you didn't act. You didn't communicate. You didn't do an about face. You didn't correct your actions. You didn't strategically plan your exit because most likely you done got caught up in some shit that those closest to you set you up and got you involved in. Or you yourself and your unhealthy ego, pride, and arrogance got caught up in. And so now you're dragging your feet at fixing it because you're in a difficult position, right? But the ones that's closest to you, the ones that's thinking of and plotting on different ways to come with a new lie from a new angle. That's what they're going to do. And if that don't work, energy manipulation, spells, rituals, anything that they can do or think of to get ahead, to win at all costs, to sacrifice other people, for them to be able to hide behind the crimes and the lies they committed. These mother figures, these siblings, these extended family members, these so-called friends and associates who popped up in your life all of a sudden, who all of a sudden act like they know you for 30 years and you just met them, or you knew them through somebody else that's closest to you who you probably knew for a while. These are cults and covens, sinister organization. These are demonic groups. These are fraternities and sororities that Luciferians, low vibrational individuals, low vibrational thinking, weak minded thinking individuals have infiltrated their way into and around those who had pure intentions. So you have a mixture of those who had pure intentions but were too cowardly and weak minded to express and communicate the evils that they witnessed, and they just went along with it, blended in. They witnessed these Luciferians weasel their way into these fraternities and institutions, but they just went along with it. These institutions, fraternities, were meant for good. These organizations and charities were meant for good, but these devils infiltrated. So what do you do? Do you stay stuck around these devils for the sake of the name, the title, the position, the individuals? Or do you say, you know what, it's cool, I'm good. I'm going to back up from this. This is not serving my highest and greatest good or keeping me in alignment with my divine path and purpose. It's not aligning me with my true soul tribe. It's not aligning me with the angels, the beloved ancestors and ancient overseers, because they're not consenting or tolerating this or these individuals or these groups. Whomever is not on their divine path and doing right are under judgment. It don't matter what title they carry, what they try to hide, and how they front, pretend like they so upright and honorable. If these devils is manipulating, being master manipulators and lying and stealing and cheating and life insurance fraud and schemes and PPP loans and sleeping with everybody exes and, you know, plotting to ruin people's lives and move them out the way and sacrifice them so they can do rituals and spells and energetic manipulation to live in their skin and extract their energy invisibly and wear their energy and take on their personality. All of a sudden, they're a better communicator or orator. All of a sudden, they're more bubbly and more charming. All of a sudden, they went from, standing on the wall, one leg on the wall, looking angry and mean and frowning. Now, all of a sudden, they dancing and they greeting and hugging and, oh, hi, fake ass conversations. Whereas somebody who naturally, is able to maneuver and communicate and, express certain gifts and talents and abilities naturally, without even effortlessly, without even trying, without trying to impress or in competition with anybody. They sit back, oh, I recognize that light. I hate you. I don't like you. I'm envious of you. I'm going to try to push you out the way. I want that title. I want that spot. Yeah, these is what these devils and so-called brothers and sisters and fraternities, that's what they did. That's what they've done. So-called family members who say they love you, extended family, biological family, it don't matter. So-called friends and associates. Yeah, they recognize your light. That's what makes you the black sheep. And you just gonna stay there with these devils instead of doing what you're being guided to do. By the time any chosen seed, chosen one, star seed, earth angel communicate, or it comes through gifted, talented readers by way of their divine spirit team, By the time it's spoken off the lips from somebody, the spirit realm, the beloved angels and ancient overseers and beloved ancestors already saw it, already is aware and know what's going on. So by the time it's spoken, it's out there. There's no turning back. So what are you wasting time for? What are you trying to reinvent the wheel for? Do the opposite of what you failed to do in the first place. If the key is to communicate, to now correlate, to where maybe now there's a possibility and ability where you don't have to go down with these damn devils by way of the lies and fraud they committed, defrauding you, lying to you, then what are you afraid of? Losing a particular project? That's the price for you not listening to your discernment in the first place. Start over. Have some courage here. You made the mistake of ignoring your spirit team, right? You didn't listen to your heart. You didn't follow your heart, your intuition. So you might have to give something up in order for you to save yourself in the long term. Start over, get back on course and track with your spirit team, your beloved angels and your guides. It might require for you to drop everything and leave it there. The longer you stay there, trying to hold on to something that you cherish, right? Opposed to you saying, nah, let me drop that. These devils took it anyway, whatever, smeared it is dirty now. Let me drop that. Here, keep these devils. I know I don't want to be around y'all pit of snakes, all the slithery, slivery, And I know, technically snakes represent wisdom and knowledge and foresight, third eye being open, cool, yeah. You know what I mean? But I'm saying for the technicality to paint this picture, you trying to be a snake charmer in a pit of snakes that's gonna keep coming with lies and energetic manipulation. There's a sister, I seen a video. She talked about entity attachments that they give offerings to, right? Petition. These dark forces is no joke. They no joke. So while you plotting and planning to be around these devils and trying to figure it out and be a snake charmer, simultaneously from the fake false individuals that's in your face smiling liars, charming devils, behind the scenes they're conjuring up spell work to send these entities towards you, to have you take one step forward. Oh, I got clarity. And now you're taking 10 steps back because now you're in the mental fog. Can't be stressed and said enough, over and over and over and over and over, to change course, to communicate. Not indirectly, not I'm gonna do it. Just go ahead and fucking do it. Communicate. Stop being scared. You wasn't scared to get caught up with these devils. Why you scared now? You scared to get back on track in good stance with the divine? You afraid of the divine, but you rather acquiesce and chill with the devil and prove to the devil how tough and strong you are. You rather keep up appearance with the devil, these devils, these wicked and evil seeds. You rather keep up appearances with these wicked and evil seeds, these hateful, spiteful ass bastards that's under judgment. You rather keep up appearances with them, but you don't have the courage to get back in alignment with your higher self and show honor and respect to your beloved ancestors who you ignored, spit in their face, and told them you don't want their guidance and protection and healing. But you rather keep up appearances and show how tough you are. You know what I'm saying? With these fallen angels, the wicked and evil seeds. Nah, that's backwards, ain't it?